This is the ninth video in a series on setting up a character to use Human IK in Maya 2012. This video I'm just going to cover any odds and ends that come up as I weight this character. In another videos I weighted the leg, follow the same exact procedure to weight the arm in down to the spine, and whatever comes up on the arm I'm just going to mention in this video, sort of starting and stopping, and then in a follow-up video I'll do the mirroring and the finalization of the spine and hips. So the first thing I saw in the arms is I have these end of chain joints here, which I didn't really even bother to orient because I'm not using these. These are just to show the direction of this final joint here. So these are actually influences on this right now. You can see that they don't have too much influence, but does have some influence. This one has influence in a way that doesn't make any kind of sense anyways, but instead of removing the weight from them just by painting it out or using the component editor, there is another way. You can just select your joint in the mesh and go under skin, edit smooth skin, and remove influence. And that should drop this thing out so that now when I rotate this around it will have no effect whatsoever. And whatever weight that this had would be then redistributed to whatever other influences vertices had. So let me go ahead and do that same thing. Whoops. So the one thing I'll mention about this is you need to do this on both sides. I'm going to mirror the weights, but if I don't want this to be an influence, then I need to go ahead and do that on this side as well. So I'm just going to go through the process. Basically, once you do it once, you can just use the G key, and that'll repeat that last action. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll follow the same procedure I did on the legs to come in on the arms. If I run into anything, I'll pick it up again here. Alright, so I've been weighting down the arm, and again I just want to mention you want to try to maintain volume and create creases. So as the wrist folds down, even though it's interpenetrating here, try to maintain volume through the arm with the hand sort of collapse underneath there, even though it will interpenetrate. Same thing goes for the fingers. Try to create like a nice sharp angle where those fingers come off. Maintain volume again. Create all these creases everywhere. Basically, that's sort of the motto going through this whole thing. Whatever joint you select, try to maintain volume. Create a crease. So the elbow on this guy, definitely a hard crease. Wasn't able to make the elbow quite as stiff and point as I would like to have, just given the way this topology is laid out. I could add another object in here, like an influence object, to help with that, but just for straight weighting like this, I think this is probably fine here. And then shoulder is always a little bit of a tricky spot. So in this case, as I collapse this arm down, I let it fold in under the armpit there. You get a sense of what that's doing. And then the forward back motion, you see that it's going to collapse on itself there and up here as well. But I think those creases feel pretty correct. So that's what I decided to do with the arms, and I just wanted to crank back up to mention about this, the clavicle, or what's called shoulder in Human IK. This one is just going to control moving this whole joint up and down, since it's going to slide up and down here. So I'd like this to be relatively smooth, and I'm going to go ahead and weight this against just this spine joint for now, and then in the next video again I'll do the mirroring and then go down the spine and smooth all those out. But I just wanted to mention this joint here needs to just be have influence enough to smoothly push up and down, so that when the arm's in the down position, it's probably going to be more around here. So then this would come in down like this. So obviously I don't want all this kind of collapsing that's going on here. I'd want to push that out back into the next joint up, which in this case is this spine joint right here. So it's the same procedure, that I don't really run into anything funky at all. Just wanted to reiterate about maintaining volume and letting things sort of interpenetrate and fold on themselves. That's sort of the more natural way you want things to look. Alright, so the next video I'm going to pick up from here and do the mirror and then work down the spine.